Should this award be given to the best player in the league or the best player on the best team in the league?
I feel it should be given to the best performer in the league.
I'll ask again. Do you think the PFA award in the Premier League should be given to the best player in the Premier League of the season or the best player on the best team?
This is subjective.
If you had to vote for this award, who are you giving?
I'll give Declan Rice. I'm not just a fan of going for a lower punishment for an offense that you've committed before. This is the second time you're committing an offense.
Chelsea fans
I don't know why.
Chelsea fans are going to be coming for your neck.
No, they should come. They should come because.
Oh, blow! Please talk to this guy.
I don't know why they are always the ones caught in this kind of web. They always say Man U are cheaters under Feji, under this. Man U has not had one scandal of financial fair play. United. Man City, those ones, it's coming for them. It's coming for them. They have money and 90 charges. It's coming for them. This is you're a second offender.
And this is somebody that keeps saying Chelsea brothers. Why do you want the team to go down so bad? Me, I don't.
My brother steals. He doesn't steal. But my brother steals the first time, and he got caught and he was punished.
Next time you want them to give him more punishment.
Bro, that means you're not learning. But just because it's a different ownership, I get where they're coming from. But yeah,
fair.
I feel the punishment should have been more. And even if it's not a match ban or not transfer ban, it should be at least more money. Because these guys have money, man. Take their money off them.
Welcome back, guys, to the TheTwoManPress podcast by Spat Talk. We hope you guys have had an amazing week. How's your week been? Man,
it's been a lovely week. As you say, today's bank holiday.
It's not a lovely week. You don't like love. Why are you pretending to people now?
I'm a man of love.
Yeah.
I'm a man of love. I'm a man of love.
Okay.
As we are saying.
Let's jump right into it and just first things first. PFA award.
That has been the discourse
throughout this week.
Social media almost all week. Since the weekend, since Arsenal's victory. That has been the discussion. PFA Player of the Year.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Who do you think you should go through?
As if only Arsenal had any kind of
No, I'm just saying
victory.
that's the time this discourse started. It was after that game that this discourse started.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, I've been seeing a lot of opinions online surrounding who should win the PFA Player of the Year. And I don't think people really understand that the PFA Player of the Year and the Player of the Year are two different things. The PFA and the Potty, they are two different awards.
Who do you think should win it? Let's just drop right into that one. Who do you think should win it?
I feel in this situation.
I said, if you had to vote for this award, who are you giving?
I'll give Declan Rice.
First of all, we're back to being dishonest. We're back to being
we're trying to say who we give.
We're back to being biased. But okay. You said you give Declan Rice.
Who would you give?
I would, in all honesty, and in my right senses, give it to Bruno Fernandes.
You give it to Bruno Fernandes, and
I'll tell you why. Relax.
Explain.
If I ask you why you give Declan Rice now,
his performances.
You know what? This question is going to let you know why. Should this award be given to the best player in the league or the best player on the best team in the league?
I feel it should be given to the best performer in the league.
I'll ask again. Do you think the PFA award in the Premier League should be given to the best player in the Premier League of the season or the best player on the best team?
This is subjective. But yeah, this is subjective.
Do you know when
I would say the best player?
When people say things like that,
the best player in the league.
The best player in the league now.
The
best player in the league has been who?
That's a tough decision. What are you using to judge the best player in the league? GAs?
Output, yes.
Haaland has the highest GAs in the league at the moment.
Okay,
Why can't we give him the PFA? Why is he not even in this conversation?
The reason I was about to tell you why he's not in the conversation, because overall, Haaland has not overwhelmed anybody in the way you watch him. He's just regular Haaland. He just scores goals. Now maybe that's us now taking it for granted. Scoring goals, of course, is not easy. But
point exactly.
When you watch Bruno Fernandes and you watch Haaland, as a football fan that's interested in enjoying football, you cannot in good faith pick Haaland over Bruno Fernandes.
Definitely not. Bruno Fernandes is an exceptional player. He's a player that I genuinely like. But my issue is, This guy was playing a 4 under Amorim.
Yes.
The season did not just start, yeah. I feel he just picked up in the last few games. He has been performing under Amorim though. He was playing out of position. He wasn't the best player in Manchester United. He has been the best player, but he wasn't the best player in the league at that time because Manchester United were not performing good.
That's what I'm saying. The league is not a stipulated period of time. It's not 2 months, not 3 months.
That's what I'm saying. We're looking at this thing holistically.
You're making my argument for me. You're saying that under Ruben Amorim, he was not playing in the best team possible. He was not playing.
He was not playing the best football possible either because he was playing out of position and all that.
He was playing out of position. And think about that. Somebody played out of position for half of the season, right? And right now, he's got 16 assists. Don't you think that's a crazy output?
It's a crazy output, but you cannot boil this down to GA.
You know what? If we're not boiling it down to GA, you mentioned right now, you mentioned Declan Rice right now.
Yes.
Please tell us why you think Declan Rice should be the best player.
In every game.
If it's not just because he's playing in the best team in the league so far. Okay.
Go and look at the statistics. In every game, this guy gives 7.5 over 10. Your performance in every game matters.
You cannot tell me if we're going to go by average, then
it's part of it.
If it's part of it, then if we're going to go by that, then Bruno is still on top.
I don't think so.
Check it, Ahmed. Check it.
I don't think so.
I know, so I'm not thinking. I'm telling you what I know.
But to be honest, I'm not arguing for.
Do you know what?
I feel Bruno is a good shout.
I'm going to be honest with you. If I was going to pick somebody else apart from Bruno Fernandes, I'm picking Bruno Fernandes, of course, because I have absolute adoration.
I wouldn't
for
have
him.
a different opinion.
I would say Gabriel. Gabriel has been colossal for Arsenal. Gabriel has been immense for Arsenal. Very solid. In both boxes. I would now say, okay, that's why the argument from Arsenal fans in particular against Bruno Fernandes, I always think is just down to, you just, don't like Manchester United. Because if you ask 10 Arsenal fans, who do you think the best player should be? 10 of them will not say the same player.
Of course,
that's why you need to know that is the award supposed to be for the best player in your team that is the best team in the league or the best player in the league.
I feel you cannot just remove the fact that they are performing in the best team at the moment because they are part of what contributed to make it the best team. So you cannot just remove it and say because these guys are not banging in goals. Declan Rice I don't think he has missed a game. Maybe he has missed one game this season, and that one game we probably lost it.
And how many games do you think Bruno has missed?
No, Bruno is consistent. I'm not comparing.
That's what I'm saying. Whatever you argue for or against, even in Bruno's argument now, I would say what is against Bruno in this argument is, come on, he's playing one
game a week.
One game a week. He's not playing as many games as
Declan Rice. Premier League.
Yeah, you see, that's what I'm saying. Whatever you pick, if you pick Bruno, there's holes in the argument for. There's holes in the argument against. If you pick Rice, there's holes in the argument for, holes in the argument against.
Gabriel is a big shout. For me, to be honest, I'll care less who they give PFA Player of the Year, man. If I win the league, I'll care less about that. Because there was a season that, I think this was 2023, Foden won PFA Player of the Year.
Yeah.
He didn't have a better output than Saka that season.
True.
Arsenal finished second, Foden won it. Solely because City won the league. So where I'm coming from. But then again, there's so many times that not the person that won the league. Suarez.
That's what I'm saying. Whenever Arsenal fans, whenever I've heard that argument in the past couple of days, especially when Arsenal fans be like, somebody will not win league, somebody that's not win, like I'm like, that's not the only criteria for winning this award.
No, definitely not.
In fact, that is not the main criteria for winning the award. The main criteria for winning the award, and you know it by people that actually vote. The people that vote for this award, I believe, are some pundits. I
think fans vote for the PFA as well. But I think the party is significant.
In that regard, Ahmed, Henry,
I feel you guys will win it because Manchester United has a bigger fan base.
Your legend actually put it spectacularly in the last couple of days. If you watch Henry, he said it in the best way possible. He analyzed this whole Bruno thing. There was a chart they showed on Sky Sports, and it showed every other player that are in this whole argument for chances created, and it showed Bruno in an absolute other part of that chart.
When it comes to chances created, just chances created, Bruno is in another dimension.
And I also heard in another podcast, some guy was talking about how Bruno is somewhat like he just tries and some people will see that as you don't know what you're doing, that's why you're just trying and trying and trying. But That's people that don't actually quite understand football. If you don't try as much,
you won't get as much.
You won't get as much.
Fair. Bruno is a good shout, but my only issue with the argument is looking at the season as a holistic view. There are still a lot of players in there. You cannot just single out Bruno. There are a lot of Thiago, that's one of the examples I said. Because he plays for Brentford, he's not getting a shout. Or this is new to this league.
Do you know one thing I've learned about this
season?
When people talk about Bruno, especially footballers, if you hear them, oppositions, people that are not even in his team, there's this huge respect there for Bruno.
Facts.
You cannot, everybody looks at, you cannot watch Bruno play. Bruno doesn't go missing in 3 games though.
Because he's the most consistent player in the league.
In the league.
That's what I'm saying. For the past 3 seasons, Bruno has been the most consistent.
So let's not disrespect that. Me, I'm not even going to lie. Gabriel as a footballer, I don't like him, but I'm not going to say he's not been immense for Arsenal. In fact, Gabriel started this whole thing where when Arsenal gets corner kicks, the camera just zooms to his face.
It's aura.
It's like the camera just goes straight to
aura salad.
Camera, and that would infuriate you as an opposition. But then you have to respect it.
I feel like I get you, man. I get you, but I feel Bruno is in the conversation. But I don't just want it. Manchester United fans, generally speaking, are just making it seem as if
it's a walk in the park for him.
No.
I don't agree with that too. I don't agree with that.
This guy has played 40 games.
Two people out shout now: Bruno and Gabriel, and whoever wins it.
And Declan Rice for me. 3 of them in the conversation. Whoever wins among them, I won't be bothered.
I think for Declan Rice, you have to be an Arsenal fan to.
You know why I say
to want to appreciate
Arsenal as a team. You can play football without Gabriel.
But you cannot play without
Declan Rice.
That's why it goes back to this question, Ahmed. Is the award for the best player in the league or the best players on the best teams in the league?
The best, is for the best player. I agree that. My own point is that you cannot just exclude the fact that the best team in the league is there for a reason. There are players that put them there for a reason.
Yes.
And Declan Rice is one of those players that put Arsenal in as the best team at this point.
That's why Declan Rice will be. That's why it looks like Declan Rice will be part of the winning team. That's what he will get. He will be part of the winning team that wins the league. He will be part of the combined 11 for the year. That's where you get those players. But the player of the season, I think, should be given to somebody like Bruno or Gabriel. That's what I'm saying.
To be honest, if any of them win it, I'll be calm. But from my Arsenal bias, of course, I want an Arsenal player to win it.
From the Manchester United bias,
you want a Arsenal player.
Bruno Fernandes.
Talking about my London brothers again.
You keep saying your London brothers. You have no love for them.
My London brothers.
You said your London brothers. You don't have any love. If somebody's your brother, you don't love Chelsea, do you? You don't like Chelsea?
I like them.
Anyway, go on.
We're talking about them. So they have received a ban. There's one question I want to ask you. This is their second ban. The first ban I think was in 2018 under Frank Lampard, still Abramovich era, where they received 2 transfer window ban. I think Frank Lampard was unable to sign players in that situation. And now again, they have another ban, but the ban with a fine of 10 million, I think. But the ban is just for their their feeder academy team. Yeah. For 9 months. But do you think it's a fair thing to do that? This is the second time they're having this situation where they financial fair play, and just because for the fact that they reported themselves and it's a previous ownership, they're giving them just 10 million ban, which is how much is 10 million for Chelsea?
I don't know the criteria and how these things are judged or are judged, and what is seen as fair or not, especially because you and I are not part of the financial fair play team. But I think, in all honesty, if somebody comes out to say, look, this is what I found in our books, this is what I think is wrong here, they should be cut some slack.
I think the punishment should have been more. Definitely just get me right.
Okay.
I feel it should have been more. In the sense that Everton was also under a new ownership. Everton got a 10-point deduction for financial fair play rules, for breaching financial fair play rules. This was last season or 2 seasons ago.
So you would like for points.
This is your second offense.
You would like for them to deduct Chelsea's points as well.
It's not just about points. What is 10 million as a fine for Chelsea? What is that? And the fact that they have had previous transfer bans, 2 windows for this same offense.
I think 9 months transfer ban is actually sufficient.
Would they cancel the cups they won under the Abramovich? Because they're not going to cancel.
Do you want them
let me not sound like Mikel Obi. Because they cheated.
Do you want them to cancel it?
No. I don't think it's fair on the smaller things.
What do you think is fair, actually?
I think maybe mirror the same punishment you gave them the last time. Don't go lower, because this is a second time offense. You're not telling me I stole something this first time. You beat me then the second time because I reported myself.
Do you know, I think that what they found out was not something they did or an act after they found out the last time. It was not an act they found out, oh, you did this thing again after we punished you last time. I think maybe it's just...
And this was saying, the fact, what they're saying now is, okay, if along this period you can't do something again, we'll now ban the first team. I'm like, no, man. What do you mean banning academy? Is the academy that's playing the football?
See, when it comes to these arguments and talks about, like, you know, financial fair play and all, I think that the big guns, Chelsea, United,
yeah, to be fair,
they always get away with a lot of things. So if it was Arsenal as well, it was Man U, I'm sure we would have getting away with a lot of things.
I'm not just a fan of going for a lower punishment for an offense that you've committed before. This is the second time you're committing an offense.
Chelsea fans,
I don't know why.
Chelsea fans are going to be coming for your neck.
No, they should come. They should come because.
Oh, blow! Please talk to this guy.
I don't know why they are always the ones caught in this kind of web. They always say Man U are cheaters under FG, under this. Man U has not had one scandal of financial fair play. United, Man City, those ones, it's coming for them. It's coming for them. They have money and 90 charges. It's coming for them.
I think Chelsea have gotten what they will get. I think it might affect them slightly, but not too much.
Do you think it's a fair punishment for this situation, given that this same thing happened to Everton and 10 points was taken off them?
You know, I'm obliged to actually go with you a little bit. I think it probably should be more, but they've gotten what they got now, and we can't do anything about it. We just have to, you know, hope and pray that.
I think Premier League, just because it's the flagship team, they have to compromise. Yeah, and I get it, because that's what's making you money.
That's what's making you money. You cannot just immediately give them some kind of drastic thing, or take how many points away from them, take this. No, it's not going to look well. It's a brand at the end of the day, and they need to actually keep it. So I think...
Well, I feel it should be fair, and that punishment is too light for Chelsea. Maybe the fine should have been higher. 10 million is too... 10 million is too small for... What do you mean 10 million? The fine should have been... Even if you don't want to give them a ban, per se, I feel the fine should have been way higher than that.
I think every time they give any punishment to any team, they try to make it not affect the football too much. They try to make it more like an administrative kind of punishment, which, if you think about football clubs, they can actually get by if you are punishing people in an administrative line instead of letting it actually... I think we fans would like for the punishment, from what you're saying, we would like for the punishment to actually be very, very, you know, prevalent in...
We are fans now, we are fans.
But I think what they do most of the time is kind of give it, like, you know, an administrative kind of like tap on the wrist. It's not.
But my problem is, going forward, this doesn't stop teams for wanting to breach financial fair play, because these punishments are light. It doesn't stop teams from wanting to...
It does. It might not...
If they're not me 10 million, I'll take the risk now.
It does, because you're not sure it's going to be 10 million. That's it. It does. You know you're going to get caught. I don't think you're not sure like you're going to get just 10 million or 9 months.
I just like the fact for the fact they say they reported themselves and they checked their books that the punishment will be light. And it should be lighter, but this punishment is too light for me.
Even in life right now, you get some, you know, leeway if you actually report yourself to the police after something.
You get a plea deal. I get things like that, but I'm just for the fact that, this is you're a second offender.
And this is somebody that keeps saying Chelsea brothers. Why do you want the team to go down so bad? Me, I don't.
My brother steals. He doesn't steal, but my brother steals the first time, and he got caught and he was punished.
Next time you want them to give him more punishment.
Bro, that means you're not learning. But just because it's a different ownership, I get where they're coming from. But yeah,
fair.
I feel the punishment should have been more, and even if it's not a match ban or not transfer ban, it should be at least more money. Because these guys have money, man. Take their money off them, like 100 million.
That's just for now. Yeah.
But fair.
Huge cup final coming up this week. Arsenal versus Manchester City. Some people were left very early to Grimsby, but here we are at the final. Yeah, moving on. I don't know why we needed that. No, I just like, it's a cup final. You participated in the cup as well. So you're so obsessed with United. Why? It's not just easy. It's not easy to do what? Against Grimsby at the beginning, first game. But yeah. We won this EFL Cup here like 2-3 years ago. Do you know? That's why we call them what? The History FC. What do you mean History FC? Well, no problem. We're more recent winners than you. Let's talk about Anyways,
people in the Carabao Cup final.
All right, no problem. Who do you think is winning this?
You can't expect me to say any other person than Arsenal. But then again, this is a very psychological one in the sense that Arsenal play Champions League Tuesday. They play EFL Cup, Carabao Cup on Sunday.
Yeah.
So now, this is two cups in 1 week.
In 1 week.
You have the opportunity to go forward in 2 cups in one, win one, and
go forward in one, and actually,
or lose 2 and chase 1 Premier League and FA Cup.
God, if you can hear me,
so
please.
It's going to be a difficult week psychologically for Arsenal fans. So for Arsenal as a whole, pulling away from the Everton game, going into the game on Tuesday against Bayern Leverkusen, if Arsenal win that game with a dominant performance, I'm 80% sure Arsenal will beat Man City. But then again, this is a psychological warfare. If Man City as well, which most likely they lose their game to Madrid.
Man City also has like a very huge game against Manchester City coming up. Champions League game. They lost 3-0 against Real Madrid. I did not give Real Madrid winning that game 3-0, but it happened. And it happened in a very, very
funny way.
First half 3-0,
you
know? Now, like you've just said, you're very correct. It's a very psychological game in the sense that they both need the bounce of the concurrent games to get to that final. Do you get?
Because even if Man City lose against Madrid again, and let's say they lose the final, I feel the Premier League is gone.
Definitely.
From them, the Premier League is gone.
If Manchester City loses to Arsenal in this final, before that anyway, if Manchester City do not qualify, which I highly doubt.
I don't think they would, because
if they do not qualify,
it's tough.
It is going to be, a kind of psychological heal to now go to Arsenal coming from that kind of defeat to say, you know what. But then again,
if Arsenal win.
But it's very dicey, You might lose that kind of, you might lose in Champions League and then think, you know what, we need a reaction.
Fair enough. But I think Arsenal psychologically now are in a very good space. Being that coming from the weekend, they won their game, Man City drew their game. So I feel Man City are on that. And Arsenal is in a better chance qualifying for the Champions League as well than Man City, because they're.
If you're in Man City team, if you're in Man City locker room, for instance, what are you telling guys? What I would say is, look, guys.
I saw Guardiola last press conference yesterday.
He said if you don't want to, so he's telling the guys that, look, you can actually pass a message and actually leave a huge dent in Arsenal's psyche.
Yeah, exactly. Facts. And
if
the fact
you
that
actually
these guys have done it seasons over and over again, defeating this Arsenal.
There are big players in that team that can actually,
I feel they have.
So I think it's a huge clash, a very interesting one at that, because of all the things that would come with it. Because anybody that loses or wins, it helps or it doesn't help in your, title charge or whatever it is. I, for one, think that, I wish I was not saying this, but Arsenal might nick it. But
is this based on mentality or based on actual football?
I think right now Arsenal play what you might refer to as kind of a very kind of jammy kind of football. They find a way to win, and that's what has helped them for a very, very, very long period of time this season. They find a way to win. The Man City of 2-3 years ago would have won the game against West Ham, would have won the game against Nottingham Forest. Arsenal would have won those games as well.
I feel the thing about Man City now is that Man City is in a mix of players that have won it, have done it in the terms of Haaland, Bernardo Silva,
and players that just want to do it now.
Players that just new, that just want to do it, which is Cherky, Semenyo, Gehi. So I feel the balance there is not there. Because Man City, they're not firing as they speak. They're not scoring enough goals. Haaland has scored 2 goals this year, I think. It's 2026. Yeah. This is the 3rd month. They're not firing on all cylinders.
I think that
and they're not defending properly as well. The Gehi, which I thought they signed to, see what Babel did to him against, was too easy. Those kind of situations. He's a good defender. I'm just saying that they're not defending properly.
That's Valverde. He'll do that to any defender that is not defending.
I'm not just from that game. They're not defending the best. They're conceding goals. Arsenal, on the other hand, are defending better. That's why I feel like Arsenal will nick this one in the sense that Arsenal can defend against Man City 1 goal, and if Arsenal score first in that kind of game now, I feel
that's what I'm saying. That's why I just said that Arsenal are playing kind of like some people refer to it as jammy kind of get it however you can football, which is favoring them right now.
So you think Arsenal will win it?
I think Arsenal will nick it. That's my prediction
for
that would be I'll go 2-1 Arsenal.
Yeah, same. I go 2-1 Arsenal, but it's going to be late. I'm going to leave it late. It'll be a late dagger.
I would just like to add that I hope to God that I'm wrong. And I hope that Man City actually just deals a very, very lovely blow to Arsenal and their title charge.
And to be honest, I don't think that's it's going to be a huge blow psychologically. But where the title charge is now, I feel Arsenal has 7 games left. Just drifting away a bit. Arsenal has 7 games left. I feel Arsenal win 4 games out of those 7 and you've won the title.
Yeah, winning 4 games out of 7 is not out of reach.
It's not
Arsenal.
out of reach. Yeah,
but it's also not a walk in the park.
It's not. Of course, it's not a walk.
So it's not going to be what.
This is the business of the.
The thing is, right now,
it's very, very doable considering
right
where Arsenal is at this point.
It is very doable.
9 points clear. You can't do that. You can't.
Did you predict that Manchester City would draw against West Ham?
Not at all.
Did you predict that they would draw against Nottingham Forest?
This gives Arsenal room to draw.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not be overly worried.
That's what I'm saying. That you're forgetting right now that there's still a game. There are 2 games right now that Arsenal actually have to play against Manchester City. There's this final we're talking about, and there's actually a Premier League match against Manchester City. Having in mind also that Manchester City has a game in hand.
That game will make it 6 points.
No, a game in hand and
a
game in hand and a game against Arsenal should give you that or that courage to say, you know what, so we can cut this down.
But that's giving that Man City will win all their games to the end of the season.
And that's what I'm saying. That's also giving that Arsenal wins all their games to the end of the season.
What I'm trying to say is that Arsenal doesn't have to. Well, Man City, they have to, in the sense that Arsenal already has. We're already ahead. We don't have to win all our games.
All I'm saying is it might be a tad early to start jubilating and putting yourself
of course. So we are still far from winning the league yet. I was talking like when it's 3 games to go, 2 games to go. But my point now is Arsenal has a little way to lose. Man City doesn't.
Anyways, interesting week ahead. The cup final will come and we'll see what happens, and then it will give us even more insight as to what might go on towards the end of the season or towards the end of Champions League even, because even if Arsenal do not win in the Champions League, it then says, are they really ready for the Premier League actually?
I feel like, for me, if they drop the Champions League and Premier League now, I should pick one. Which one would I win after this one? I will take the Premier League. For now, Champions League, we can chase it next season. But then again, win your game against Leverkusen, try as best as possible to win the final. And if you win the final, you won a trophy, that's a huge boost. I feel the Premier League challenge Man City will fall out along the way.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's not an easy ride, but it'll be pretty easy to get to the end. Provided you win your UCL game, you win your Carabao Cup match, then I think Man City will be sort of deflated in that situation.
So we're going to predictions for Champions League now. We'll just quickly dive into it. Bodo Glimt, Sporting Lisbon, first leg. Bodo Glimt just did not actually shock anybody by winning, but shocked me by the scoreline. So what do you think is going to happen?
I think they're already gone through, man. I think Sporting is home, but I think they cannot overturn a 3-0 lead. So I think Sporting might win this one 1-0, but that's about it. Bodo Glimt is definitely going to go through.
I think Sporting wins 2-1 today, but like you said, and I agree with you, it's a gunfight. It's really lost battle already, if you ask me. Yeah. The next game would be
Arsenal versus Leverkusen at home at Emirates. What do you think? To be honest, I won't lie to you.
So currently 1-1 on aggregate, and I think we were together and watched very, very small part of the first half. First game, 1-1.
And it was a lucky 1-1. It was not.
Exactly. I was about to say that. Very lucky 1 for Arsenal.
Last minute penalty.
I think Bayer Leverkusen should have actually won that one and just take that 3 points.
Yeah, if they had won that game, this game will have a different outlook. But I think for the fact that Arsenal was able to nick a draw there.
Yeah, like I said, Arsenal have a way of having these jammy games where, find a way to squeeze out something, which is one of the better parts of Arsenal's game this season, which is something, it's not something you cannot admire. You have to respect it. They find a way to squeeze it out, and that's why Arsenal fans are very confident now. What do you think what's your prediction for this game?
Because Arsenal is home, and we have lost only 1 game at home this season to Manchester United.
Yeah.
And I think
thank you very much for saying that.
9 minutes winner as well. But it was a crazy game. I think Arsenal will nick this, but I don't think it's going to be easy. I think it's going to be one of those 2-1 narrow win, extra time. I think it's going to be that game that goes 1-1 to extra time, then Arsenal nick it in 2-1. I don't think it's just going to be a walk in the park. It's going to be a very tough game. Everybody I was asking earlier was saying, it's Arsenal's home, Arsenal will beat them away, but no. This game, they have something to fight for as well, Bayer Leverkusen, so I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park.
I do not.
2-1 win to Arsenal, but we're going to leave it. It's going to go to extra time.
I do not think it's going to go to extra time. I think Arsenal would have a convincing 2-0 win. That's my prediction.
Really? Yeah. Clean sheet?
I do think so. Because Arsenal, they're not the easiest teams to score against now. Leverkusen scored through a set piece, which anybody can concede from. So I think having this fans in the stadium for Arsenal, it's Arsenal Stadium. They hardly lose there. They should not come and start.
If Arsenal can come out to play with the first 45 minutes and score in the first half, then if Bayer Leverkusen tries to come out and play, Arsenal will take them out.
I think what I'm doing right now, even somehow in my own head, is the first game I actually predicted Arsenal win 3-0, and I feel like I jinxed it for Arsenal. So I'm predicting that you guys will win 2-0. So I jinxed it. My enemies. Anyways, yeah, but I think Arsenal will win 2-0. I think Arsenal will win 2-0.
Let's go to Man City, Real Madrid. So that game, first leg, as we said, it was a shocker for all of us. 3-0.
Too much of a shocker.
3-0 to Madrid. But this game, Mbappe is coming back, Jude Bellingham is coming back.
Yeah.
Do you think Man City can put up a fight?
City, like we all know, City needs like a massive win. If City comes back, it is going to be talked about. Not just this season, it's going to be talked about for a very long time.
Everywhere.
It will be a massive win.
Ramontada.
Like you said, Mbappe is back.
He's not fit though. I saw him limping still in the training. He was touching his knee. I don't think he's fit, but Mbappe, he's back. I feel he's back for the morale boosting.
Mbappe limping is still Mbappe, bro.
Fair enough.
Still Mbappe. So, what's your prediction for this second leg now?
My prediction is Man City will win the game, but Madrid will qualify. It's going to be one of those, I think, 2-1 games. Man City will win, but Madrid will go through. 3-0, I feel it's too much of a gap for this Madrid team to throw away. But then again, Madrid defense is not the best. If Man City can get 2 early goals, it's going to be a very dicey finish. But I'm going to go with Madrid qualifying, but Man City winning this game. Man City 2-1, Madrid qualifies.
I agree with you. I think Man City wins this one 2-1. I was just going to ask you another question actually. Do you think that this is kind of the end of City's UCL dominance?
Did they ever have a UCL dominance?
No, they were actually a team they've been a team in the past 5-6 seasons that when you're matched up against Man City, you're thinking,
It's just because of the Pep factor, and I feel like I don't think there's a massive when it comes to Europe history as well.
So you wouldn't consider their
European history? They have had
their achievements in the past 4 to 5 years in.
They have played 2 finals. They won one.
But they've gotten to, I think, semi-finals or quarter-finals in past 5. You know, that's
compared to the people they are up against, Madrid.
That's I'm saying. Who is up against Madrid and don't look small?
Fair enough.
That's what
you're saying. I think it's the end of their dominance.
Yeah, like this little bit of stint they've had in the past 4 or 5 years.
I don't think so. I think Man City, they have built a very decent team, and depending on if they keep their manager, because he might want to leave at the end of the season, but if they keep their manager, Pep is the best coach in the world, the best coach has ever been seen in football.
Is he not leaving?
So I think that's what he has been saying for the past 3 seasons. So I don't think it's the end of any of their dominance. I feel Pep this season he'll go to the market again, reinforce. Before you know it, he has signed another person. I'll come and worry again. So I think that's it for City. I don't think.
So your prediction is 2-1.
City win 2-1, but Madrid goes through.
Should I mix it up a little bit? My prediction would be 3-1 City.
3-1 City. So 1 goal.
Yeah. It will be so painful because like they'll be like,
I feel surprisingly on this game, moving to the next game, which is Chelsea PSG.
Yes.
At the London Bridge, Bafo. As this is the.
Did you just say Bafo, London Bridge? London Bridge, Bafo.
They are facing PSG, and you think they will do a Ramontonda? Because this is looking like a Ramontonda team.
If I'm being honest with myself, Chelsea, they're not giving me any bit of, motivation.
Coming for the fact that they lost at the weekend against Newcastle as well.
I think Chelsea's season. I genuinely believe Chelsea's season is actually just crumbling right now before their eyes. I do not think they will win even this game against PSG. They will. My prediction already, I'm just going to tell you, 2-1 PSG. Chelsea is going to just, fade away this season.
I feel this season, Chelsea is going to try and come. This game, Chelsea is going to try and come out and play, and that would be the biggest mistake they will ever make. Because coming out to play when you have people like Fofana in your back line, if those Kvaratskhelia, Dembele counter you,
their captain is injured right now. My best player,
James is out. Exactly.
So I do not see.
This guy is also out because of a ban. I think.
Caicedo.
Was it Gusto that's the ball boy?
So I do not see Chelsea repelling PSG's defense. Like I said,
I feel with that 2-1 you're saying, I feel it's going to be. They're going to knock them out the park. I think it's going to be like another 4-1.
Nah, I don't want to be.
It's going to be an embarrassing game for Chelsea.
I think they.
For the fact that they're going to try to come out and play. And you try and come out and play against those guys with that amount of counter power, it's going to be mesmerizing.
Do you think that PSG is finally becoming, a proper Champions League team?
They're the Champions League winners. They're the Champions League holders. But to be fair, they played last year. This year, they used qualifiers to qualify. They didn't really qualify our top 8. They had to play the qualifiers.
Madrid had to go and play playoffs.
Playoffs. I say qualifiers. So then. I don't feel not yet. I feel they need more time. Not yet. But then again,
do you think Chelsea
into final?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking the question.
Like, they're in the same space with Man City when it comes to this conversation.
And do you think Chelsea are still rebuilding or just being inconsistent?
I feel they're still at foundation level. When they say rebuilding. Because I feel this set of players they have, they still have to sell them.
They're being extremely disrespectful.
No, I'm serious. I feel this set of players they have, they still have to sell them. Because who is Garnacho? Who is Gittins? You're challenging for Premier League. You're talking about Gittins, Garnacho as your first choice players. You're talking about the only 3 solid players in that team: Caicedo, Kopama, which is currently not firing. He's out of form.
You don't think Joao Pedro is one of them?
And Joao Pedro. I'm not counting Enzo. I don't know. I feel I've said it before. That I feel like he's
I think somebody I used to actually.
But then again. Those 3 players, they're not the people that they cannot drive. Your defense has to be part of this. And the fact that Chelsea's defense is this shambolic, I don't think they're getting anything out of anything. This season, next season, let me see who they want to sign in the defense next season. And the fact next season is that if they don't qualify for Champions League, they won't attract players. That's the problem. So it's a dicey one.
I think Chelsea are in a very difficult place right now, especially fighting for Champions League space right now. Nobody's actually giving you that kind of, you're going to get it. Everybody wants it. Your team right now is not coming together and giving you that confidence that, we're going to get it. So I don't know where Chelsea will end up this season, but I do not think it's going to be very high, if I'm being honest.
I don't think they are going to qualify for it. Personally, I want them to go play that Conference League with that World Champions badge. I want them to play Conference League with that badge. Let them know that, yes.
You know when you say you're not your London brothers,
it's a love-hate relationship.
You just don't like the team. So yeah, that's it for now. So
thank you guys for watching today. We'll see you guys sometime next week. I'll say it again.
We cannot thank you guys enough. Actually, we've seen like he's saying now. We like what we see. We like the engagements. Keep it coming. Comments, the reposts, the likes. God bless you.
Suggestions, everything.
Stay blessed.
Signing out. Spark Talks.